Hey guys, welcome back to Karting with Chris. Today's video is going to be the 2023 NTK Endurance Race. Now, before I get any further into this video, just a quick heads up. I did run a GoPro on this day, but it didn't work. All I got was a 3-second long video that was just a white screen. So, unfortunately, I don't really have any onboard footage to show you, but I did take some external footage, and hopefully that's enough to make you guys satisfied. So what you're seeing right now is the warm-up lap. Now there's no qualifying, it's all a number out of a hat. And we picked number 3 out of everyone else, so we're starting P3 for this race. Now for this race we have the In It Twin It team back together, reunited. So on the far left-hand side of your screen, that's Colton. He'll be starting the race. Next to him is me, of course. I am doing the 3rd stint. And then Colin in the yellow shirt, he's doing the last stint. And then in the red jacket, we have my brother Ben, who will be doing the 2nd stint. Now, if you didn't already know this, we're all twins here. So that's why we're called In It Twin It, because we're very punny people.
Wait, Colton, make sure when you start, you have your wheels straight.
All right, Colton, you're going out. You're about to do the start. Nervous?
Kinda, yeah. I don't want to buy dinner tonight for you guys.
So Colton will be starting the race for us. We told everyone on our team, if you spin out, you have to buy dinner for everyone. And right here we can see there is a team who is fixing their cart. We haven't even started the race yet, and they're already having problems. Not ideal. But here is the race start right here. So the reason Colton is starting the race for us is because he's the best at Le Mans style starts on our team. You can see he gets it on the first pole, really good start. He is our heaviest driver, so you can see everyone has way more acceleration than him because we believe everyone is running their lighter drivers. And so at the beginning, he gets kind of freight train. Going through turns 8 and 9 here, he gets the over-under on, I believe that's cart number 420. But down the back straight, you can see just everyone has so much more acceleration than him. And he kind of gets freight trained. All right, so we just did the start. I'm here in a trailer because it's really loud out there. There's like 18 plus people out there. It's insane. Just finished the start. It was a pretty good start, but Colton kind of got freight trained at the start. He is our heaviest driver, so he's not going to have the best acceleration from a standing start. And other people have their lightest drivers out there, so definitely at a bit of a disadvantage there. So once we get some of our lighter drivers out there, that's when we'll start catching up. So at this moment, we're in like 7th, but we're doing good. And I think we still have a good shot at this. So Colton drove a really good stint. He knew that we were focusing on the later stages of the race, so he tried his best not to get caught up in any battles. Alright, so we're currently P3 in class. We've been lapped by the leaders, but like I said before, we're running our heaviest driver right now, so we don't think we're going to be all that quick right now. Later, I'm our lightest driver, so I should be the fastest, so later, when I get in the cart, that should really show our fastest pace. A couple of people have already pit, so that's why we're 3rd in class. And there's actually been a couple incidents as well, which is unfortunate for them, but a little fortunate for us. So we're doing good. Colton's giving his feedback. I don't think he's too happy with the cart. It's kind of hard to tell. We're doing hand signals. We don't have radios. But I don't think he's too happy with the cart. But it's not broken or anything. It's just a little slow for him. And so he just really has to suck it up. Because there's really not a lot we can do, and he knows that as well, so we're doing good. We're very happy with how we're doing right now. So during the later stages of Colton's stint, we started to notice that some of the top people started to drop down in pace. Colton actually stayed pretty even with his pace. He was very consistent all throughout his stint. But unfortunately, on one lap, he gave us the hand signal that he needed to come in. So we originally thought he was getting tired, so we were getting ready to swap my brother in for the 2nd stint. But what had actually happened is that he broke the chassis, or the chassis broke on him. He didn't necessarily break it. And here's a picture of what happened here. So if you're new to karting, these 2 seat posts are supposed to be attached to the frame. And as you can see here, they have been welded before, but the seat posts have broke above the weld. So yeah, there wasn't a whole lot we could do at this point. We couldn't find a welder to weld our chassis for us. And so the next best thing we could do is grab a couple of seat struts and use those as seat posts. So that's exactly what we did. We found some seat struts that were long enough, and then we attached them to the frame and cinched them down onto the seat, and put it back out on track. Now, as you can see right here, the seat post has been completely removed from the chassis. If you're new to karting, you're not supposed to be able to do that. It's supposed to stay on the chassis at all times. But we put a couple of seat struts on there. The seat felt pretty sturdy, felt good enough for us, so we told Ben to suit up, get in the kart, and just do a lot of laps until it breaks again. Now, unfortunately, we were about 10 laps behind the next kart in front, so we lost a lot of time in the pits. And Ben did about 10 to 15 laps out on track before he came in again, and the chain had snapped. So here is the snapped chain right here. Basically, we had to find a new chain because we didn't have a spare chain, and we had to find a new sprocket, and basically the only chain we could find was a 219 chain, so we had to change the sprocket and the gearing, and it was a whole debacle. And by the time we got back out on track, we were about 15 to 20 laps behind the next kart in front. We were about 30 laps behind the leaders. Now, because Ben had come into the pits, we had to do a driver swap. That was the rules. If you come into the pits, you have to swap drivers. So Ben only got to do 10 laps. Once we fixed the chain, I got out on track, but unfortunately, I pressed record on the GoPro, and all it recorded was a 3-second long video that's just a white screen. So this right here is the only video I have of my entire stint. So after my stint, we put Colin out on track. I already showed you a clip of Colin, but here's Colin passing some people. So Colin was pretty quick out there. Colin, myself, and my brother, we were all within the top 5 in terms of pace. So this kart, with all the redneck ingenuity applied to it, we were all pretty quick out there. So this is my brother right now. He was passing people very easily. Like I said, he's the second lightest, so he should be passing people fairly quickly. Alright, there's only about 20 more laps left in the race. Ben's doing pretty good out there. Here's basically what's happened so far. I don't know if I've explained it already, but this broke off. This is supposed to be attached to the chassis. Clearly it's not. And this chain is also screwed. It snapped and it's bent to bits, so yeah, that's why we're so far down. Now this is actually the last lap of the race here, so we did actually end up finishing the race, and honestly, the kart we finished with is definitely not the kart we thought we'd finish with, but hey, it worked out in the end. I will say the kart was difficult to drive. We did not anticipate the track conditions very well. We thought the track was going to be a little bit more grippy than we thought it would be, but also, you know, the adjustments we made to this kart really affected the handling. But overall, once you got to learn how to drive it, it wasn't that bad of a kart. So at the end of 300 laps and 2 ridiculously long pit stops, we ended up about 8th in class out of 10, so not the best result, but we did close down the gap to the next kart in front. I think I remember when we got out on track, we were like 15 to 20 laps behind the next kart in front. At the end of the last lap, Ben was only 1 lap down on the next kart in front.
Let's go! We finished, man.
How was it out there, Ben? How was it?
You didn't tighten the gas cap, so my leg burns, dude.
Yeah, that happened to me too.
Yeah, we forgot to put the fuel cap on for the pit stop. It's okay. I didn't get damaged.
Oh, convenient.
How was it? Last lap? Did you push hard?
I was pushing hard the whole time.
Is it a new lap record?
No.
You were top 3 consistently.
Yeah? That's good. The only thing slowing the cart down is the clutch. The clutch drags every time you lift off throttle.
It's I'm not gonna lie, it's not in the best condition in the world, but. So there we have it, one of the toughest endurance races I've ever done. And I'm not gonna lie, once that chain popped off and broke, I wanted to quit. But my teammates told me not to quit, and I'm glad we didn't because I still had a whole lot of fun. But that's all I'm going to have for today. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing. If you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, please do comment below. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.